Are you struggling to find reliable employees despite posting endless job ads, offering referral fees, and doing literally everything that you can? Has finding the right team become such a challenge that it's actually holding your business growth back? And you're maybe even at the point where you're turning new business away. This is a terrible place to be. Trust me, I have been there. I understand firsthand. From making hiring mistakes that drained my time, money, struggling to fill empty seats that left me turning new business away, to discovering the right way to build a remote team that can run the business for me while I traveled the world. I've learned it all the hard way, my friends. I am Shannon Teague, if we've never met before, and today I am sharing the 25 hiring and team building mistakes that I have made over the last 11 years and the invaluable lessons that they have taught me. These lessons have completely transformed how I hired and scaled my recruitment company that I then led on to scale to over 100 amazing team members, and the same lessons and strategies that I've learned for my clients over the years that is now paving the way for my journey towards building a multi-7-figure business. When I started my first business, a remote spa temping recruitment agency, I literally had no idea what I was doing when it came to hiring and team building. My first hire was an absolute disaster, to put it lightly. I thought hiring was as simple as posting a random generic job ad, copying what my competitors were writing on their job ad, getting loads of CVs flooding my inbox of random people who were, for the most part, a complete waste of my time. They were complete time wasters. And then picking the best piece of paper, inviting them for an interview, and after about 10 random interviews, not being able to handle another average interview, and then just choosing the one that seemed the best because I just desperately needed help. Can you relate to this, guys? But I quickly learned that throwing random job ads out there and hoping for the best leads to nothing but bad hires, wasted time, and burnout. I had literally no structure, no plan, no system. It wasn't until I built a company culture, a hiring process, and system that filters out the wrong candidates that aligned perfectly with my vision and my goals that I started seeing real results. Building a remote team that runs the day-to-day operations while I focus on scaling my business and living the ultimate digital nomad lifestyle that I have been living now for the last 11 years. So let's break down the 25 hiring mistakes holding most business owners back and how to avoid them in your business. So mistake 1, hiring without a defined role, hiring without a clear defined purpose. Responsibilities and goals means that you're hiring someone to be literally everything in your business and nothing will be done effectively. And that will leave your hire feeling lost, chaotic, and overwhelmed. And it will probably result in you feeling frustrated and feeling like you've hired badly because nothing is getting done properly. Okay, mistake 2, relying on gut instincts alone. Your instincts are helpful, but they're not enough on their own. You need a clear hiring plan that takes the guesswork out of making decisions. You need a strategy. And then mistake 3, not having a hiring system. Okay, so without a solid hiring system, you're stuck drowning in applications and doing all the hard work yourself. A smart hiring process flips the script, okay, letting the right people find you and go through the process and cutting out all the time wasters, okay? Your time is way more valuable as the CEO of your business, not reading countless CVs. Let the hard work come from the candidates in the hiring process. Mistake 4 is focusing on skills over alignment, okay? So what this means, skills are important, of course, but cultural fit matters more. So someone who aligns with your company's vision, goals, and values will grow with your business, while a perfect CV candidate who doesn't fit in won't last. Okay, mistake 5, ignoring the power of company culture. If your company culture isn't clear, you'll attract the wrong people. A strong culture sets the tone for your team and makes your business a place that people actually want to be part of. Mistake 6, posting vague or generic job ads. A boring, unclear job ad won't attract quality candidates. Your job ad should stand out, highlight your company culture, and that will automatically filter out the wrong people. Mistake 7, rushing the hiring process out of desperation leads to bad decisions. So slow down, be intentional, and focus on finding the right fit for your business and team. And this can all be established through your hiring process and system. Once you have a solid, defined hiring process and system in your business, hiring then becomes way more strategic and much faster because it is working for you in the background, filtering out the wrong people and bringing in the right people, all on automation. That is what smart hiring looks like. And then mistake 8 is ignoring red flags, okay? So trust your gut when something feels off during the hiring process. Ignoring red flags will cost you later. So I know I said earlier that you shouldn't go on gut alone, but you do need to combine the two. If your hiring system is telling you that maybe someone is correct, but according to you, you feel that they might not be, that is always a really good sign that you should be watching out for. Because in my experience, whenever I haven't listened to my gut feeling, it has always turned out to be exactly what it was telling me. So combine the two and it will make a perfect combination. Your gut feeling, red flags, and your hiring system. Mistake 9, skipping the practical tests, okay, to test the skills of your candidates. Interviews aren't enough. Always test candidates with real world tasks to see if they're the right fit for your business and to see if they are what you're actually looking for, or if maybe additional training will be necessary. If I have someone that is a cultural fit in my business and maybe they don't perform too well in the test, but I can see potential, I would rather go with the person that has a really good cultural fit and then just give them additional training once they join my business if I see that potential, because that relationship is going to last a lot longer in my business than hiring someone with the skills over cultural fit. Okay, so that's a really important thing to keep in mind. So the tests are important, but also make sure that the person you're choosing also aligns with your company culture. Mistake 10 is not onboarding your team properly. So your team needs direction, especially in the first 2 weeks when they've joined your company and up to the first 3 months in the probation period. Without structure, onboarding, even the greatest hires will struggle and will lose motivation. Mistake 11, micromanaging your team. Hoovering over your team leads to frustration and burnout for both you and them. Build trust and let them take ownership of their role. And this can be accomplished when you have the right onboarding, processes, systems, stops all in place. You won't need to feel like you need to micromanage your team because you know that they have everything in their role in order for them to succeed in your business. Okay, so if you find yourself micromanaging, it's usually because your business isn't ready for the hire that you have made. And how you get your business ready is by developing the systems, processes, stops, all those really important things so that they can work independently without you always having to be available. Mistake 12, overlooking long-term growth. Hire for where your business is going, not just for today. Think ahead and build a team that supports your future vision, okay? Or have a roadmap of the hires that you're going to need as you meet certain goals within your business. So be prepared for the future. Don't just think of today. Mistake 13 is keeping the wrong people. Holding on to bad hires hurts your business and your team morale. So it filters through your whole team. Don't let the fear of hiring stop you from letting go when it's necessary. This is really important. So I've learned this firsthand where I had the fear of firing somebody because it's a really scary thing to do when you've never done it before. And that bad hire actually filtered through my whole business and created a really negative company culture when I worked extremely hard at creating a really positive company culture. When it comes to making decisions for your business, when someone is not right for your business, don't let emotions come into play. Act out of data and out of the best for your business. Because in the end of the day, if you act out of being scared of hurting this person's feelings or emotions or whatever it is, that affects both your life, your team's life, your bottom line, your revenue, absolutely everything. It filters through your whole business. So don't let emotions come into play when it comes to making the decision to let somebody go that is not the right fit for your business. Mistake 14, neglecting communication. So guys, clear communication is the foundation of a strong team. Without it, even the best hires will not succeed in your business. That's really important, okay? Mistake 15, not delegating effectively. As the CEO, your job isn't to do absolutely everything. It's to lead your team. Let go of the tasks that don't need your attention and focus on growth revenue tasks for the better of your business, for the better of your team, for the better of your personal life, and every single aspect of your life, okay? Learn to let go so that you can grow. Mistake 16, ignoring KPIs, so goals. If your team doesn't have measurable goals, how can they succeed and how can you know if they are succeeding? Set clear KPIs so everyone knows what success looks like, including you, for both probation and post-probation. So I set 2 different KPIs because you can't expect your new employees to be at the same level as what they would be after probation and after they're used to your business and comfortable within their roles. So I have 2 different KPIs in my business. The one is to make sure that they actually can meet the probation period or if further training will be needed. And then there's KPIs after the probation period to make sure that they are meeting the goals as to why I have brought them in my business. Mistake 17, overworking your team. Burnout kills productivity, guys. Respect your team's bandwidth and also respect their time off and you will get better results for both you and your team. Mistake 22, skipping feedback for them and you doesn't allow growth to happen, okay? If you're not giving regular feedback to your team or asking for it for yourself, you're missing out on the opportunity to improve for both you and your team. Feedback keeps everyone aligned and moving towards the same goals, okay? But here's the key, guys. This is where most business owners fail. It's not just about giving your team feedback. Okay, you need to ask for it also. Be open to hearing about your management style, about your leadership style. None of us are perfect, and constructive feedback is the fastest way to grow as a leader and to build a stronger, more effective team and to build a strong company culture. So feedback is a two-way street. And walking it together is how you keep everyone, including yourself, on track. Also, always be quick to compliment great work so that your team feels appreciated and respected. And then mistake 19 is underinvesting in training. So your team's growth is the engine behind your business's success. When you invest in their development, they'll invest in your vision. Okay, so this is how you need to think about it. If you're worried about the old, what if I train them and they leave? You need to flip that. What if you don't train them and they stay? That's far worse in my opinion. A team lacking skills won't help your business thrive. The better your team are, the better your business is, period. That's why I even invest in training my contractors and freelancers regularly. If they grow, my business benefits. I don't stress about them using those skills elsewhere in another business. It's a win-win because while they're in my business, they're bringing their best. Mistake 20 is relying on old hiring methods, posting generic job ads that every other company is doing on random boards and then receiving hundreds of random CVs, picking the ones that look the best. Guys, is not a hiring strategy. You need your company culture to guide your hiring decisions and make sure that your hiring process filters out people that are not aligned with your company culture and they prove that they are lazy and undedicated from the start of the hiring process because they cannot put the efforts in or they're too lazy to put the efforts in from the start of the hiring process. You don't want to be in a position where you find out that somebody's lazy and unmotivated once you're already paying them money, okay? You want your hiring process to determine that for you. And you do this by establishing your company culture, not relying on the old school methods of using CVs and making sure that your hiring process has really strong filters in place that only bring in people that are aligned with your company culture and are willing to put in the work up front in order to work for your company. This is how you build a great team. Don't rely on CVs, they don't work. Simple. Mistake 22 is waiting until it's too late to hire. Don't wait until you're desperate and then start scrambling to fill a role. Okay, like I mentioned earlier, plan ahead. A hiring roadmap ensures that you're always prepared for what's next. Okay, think strategically. If you're hiring marketing to bring in leads, as an example, then your next strategic move should be sales to close the deal. Or if you're managing the sales, but your customers are slipping through the cracks, it's time to hire a customer support team to turn your customers into loyal fans who rave about your business because they are being looked after in your business. And then they keep coming back. So here's the reality. If customer satisfaction falls short, delays in support, unresolved issues, delays in projects, it will massively negatively impact your business, okay? I will personally ask for a refund and take my business elsewhere, even if it costs me more. Why? Because time and service matters. Investing in customer support isn't just about keeping customers happy. It's about creating an experience that turns them into advocates for your brand, that they become raving fans and talk about your business. This is one of the most important and often overlooked hires that you will ever make in your business. Mistake 22, not adapting to remote hiring. So hiring remotely isn't the same as hiring for traditional office setup, okay? It's a whole new ballgame. And your strategy needs to reflect that. And this is the thing. This is why it's different, because the beauty of remote hiring is that the talent pool is global, giving you access to incredible people from all over the world. And the trick, knowing how to tap into that. For example, countries like India are gold mines for video editing, design work, and SEO. And then countries like South Africa is incredible for customer support, marketing teams, operations management, and most roles within the operational team, actually. I always look to South Africa first, not just because I'm biased because it's my home country. I don't even live in South Africa anymore and haven't for the last 15 years, but because South Africans are hardworking and thrive when given the right opportunities. And the same goes for any third world country, where talent is abundant and they are eager to make a difference in your business and in their life. But here's the catch, okay? It all boils down to your hiring system. If you've got a system that filters candidates through your company culture, like I've mentioned quite a few times now in this video, making them do a little work upfront to prove they're serious about your company, you can hire amazing, aligned people from literally any corner of this world. The right hiring system weeds out lazy, unmotivated candidates, and it leaves you with the rock star people who are excited about joining your business and helping it grow. Remote hiring isn't a limitation, it's an opportunity if you've got the right system in place, okay? The mistake 23 is ignoring team dynamics. Your team needs to work together, not just individually. So build a team that complements each other's strengths and weaknesses and your strengths and weaknesses. And then mistake 24, neglecting to build roles that scale. If you're hiring just to fill the gap without thinking about the bigger picture, you're setting yourself up for future headaches, okay? Building roles that are scalable and independent from the start makes it much easier to grow without constantly having to reinvent the wheel every time you need to hire for the same position, okay? For example, if you're hiring an admin or VA, don't think of it as hiring Sarah, for example, to help with admin tasks. Instead, think about building out their entire admin role, defining what it looks like, the tasks it covers, the systems it requires, and everything that they need to work independently. When you build roles, not just hire people, you're setting up structure that can be replicated as your business grows. And this is how you scale your business. And if you need more admin support later, it's no problem because you've already done the groundwork to make that growth easy, seamlessly, and scalable. This strategy was a game changer for me. So in my first company, my temping agency, I didn't just hire contractors randomly. I built out the whole role fully, every task, every process, and then hired people to step into that role. When I removed myself as the contractor in my business, it became easy to hire and scale because everything was already set up. And then my support team came in and could take over the hiring process. And before I knew it, I had 100 people doing everything that I used to do without me needing to be involved in the day-to-day or the hiring or onboarding or operations anymore at all. And the secret, build roles that are clear, scalable, and designed for growth. And that's how you create a business that can expand without breaking down. Okay, this is the very key to the start of scaling your business. And then mistake 25, turning down help. So trying to figure out hiring on your own is a surefire way to burnout. It's overwhelming, frustrating, and often leads to expensive mistakes. And the truth is, hiring isn't something that you should just wing. You need proven tools, systems, and guidance from people who have already done what you want to achieve, okay? They've already done it successfully and have been through all of the heartache and lessons. Be careful where you get your advice from though, because there's a lot of really bad hiring advice floating around online from people who don't know what they're talking about. When hiring goes wrong, the numbers speak for themselves, okay? So let's just dive into that a little bit quickly. Studies show that a bad hire can cost your business anywhere from 30% of that person's annual salary up to as much as 3 times their annual salary. But it's not just about the money. The time, the stress, and efforts it takes to recover from a bad hire can set your business back for months, if not years. And I have been there personally myself. A single bad hire cost my business over £20,000, and it felt like a punch to the gut, guys. That money represented months of my blood, sweat, and tears. Losing it because I relied on outdated advice, like hiring based on random CVs, was a really painful lesson. But it taught me the importance of having a reliable system for hiring the right people every single time. So that was the start of my journey. You don't need to make the same mistakes though. Learn from people who have built incredible teams and know what works. With the right systems in place, you can avoid the emotional, financial, and time-draining costs of bad hires and build a team that truly supports your vision and are aligned with your goals and your company culture. So in conclusion, guys, hiring doesn't have to be this overwhelming. If you're ready to skip the headaches, then avoid these mistakes that I've gone through with you today and finally build a remote team that drives your business forward instead of holding it back. Implement these lessons I have learned the hard way for you so that you don't have to. Okay, so well done on watching this video. And if you want to dive deeper into how to develop a hiring system and cut your hiring time in half while ensuring that you only hire the best for your business, then join me for my free masterclass. The link is waiting for you in the comments. This is your shot to learn how to create a business that works for you and not the other way around. And the best part, guys, it's completely free. So you have nothing to lose but everything to gain. Don't put it off. Your dream team is closer than you think. Until next time, my friends, thank you for joining, and I'll see you next time.